Welcome back to another week of NFL Power Rankings. This is week 15. We're almost done of the regular season, but we still got a lot of football left. So let's hop right into this video. And we got a new number 32 spot. We got the Las Vegas Raiders. Now the Raiders, they did put up an okay fight against the Broncos, but out of all of these teams, honestly, I think the Raiders are still bad. And yeah, overall, I'm just going to keep the Raiders at 32. They're obviously tanking for a new quarterback, probably for Wendo, or whatever that guy is. And yeah, overall, I think this is when you know that the teams need a new quarterback, and the Raiders are one of them. The other one, number 31, we got the Jets. This team is, this team sucks. They got destroyed by Miami Dolphins, which honestly I loved. It was fun to watch. This just proves that the Jets are so bad and the Dolphins are a good team. The other thing is too with the Jets, we don't know if Tyrod Taylor's gonna be out because if that is, then Brady Cook he didn't have a bad debut, but it wasn't like very good. So yeah, the Jets might be cooked. I think they're gonna tank for another quarterback, but again, it's not a good quarterback. It's not a good quarterback class this year. We only know there's one confirmed, and he's probably going to go to the Raiders, maybe. Depends how the tanking goes for each of these teams. At number 30, we got the Cleveland Browns. This team lost to the fucking Titans, and I don't know how. Because, like, the Browns are a bad team. And, yeah, overall, like, I don't know how it happened. Because even that, Shedeur Sanders, 300 yards. Myles Garrett with a sack. So, Shedeur Sanders is the next franchise QB, but I think at this point, I think Kevin Stefanski's job should be done. He's the reason why the Browns lost. If they went for that 2-point conversion, but if they put Shedeur in and they actually made it, holy shit, this would have been an overtime game. Browns could have still have a chance to win. And yeah, it would have been a whole different story. But the Browns are sitting at number 30. At number 29, we got the Tennessee Titans. They did beat one of the worst teams in football, but congratulations, the Titans won a game. It's been forever. The Titans deserve it. And they're moving up a lot. They're probably gonna go back in the 30s soon, but Titans fans enjoy being in the 20s because it's pretty nice. At number 28, we got the Giants. They had a bye week, so that didn't affect anything. So the Giants, they're just gonna stay at 28. I think they'll probably hire lower ones, but they'll gonna be at 28. So yeah, number 27 got the Washington Commanders. This team is fucked with injuries. Jaden Daniels is injured again. Told you he should not come back. Look what happened. He fucking injured his arm again. I told you, he needs to be, out for the rest of the season and actually, recover, not come back. They got shut out by the Minnesota Vikings and J.J. McCarthy, which mind you, J.J. McCarthy is one of the worst NFL quarterbacks in the league, and probably all time. Who knows at this point? So, overall, not a good time to be a Commanders fan. Hopefully, it gets better next year, but, yeah, this is another wash season for Washington, and maybe that whole time, just 2024 was just a one-year wonder. Who knows? At number 26, we got the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, they got dominated by the Los Angeles Rams. The offense still looks way better than Jacoby Brissett. This team is a big question mark because they're basically done with Kyler Murray, but it's going to be the next franchise quarterback. Is it going to be Jacoby Brissett again? Because, Jacoby Brissett's playing very well, but if not, then, I don't know. But Arizona's probably just going to keep losing more games. But yeah, sucks for the Cardinals. It looks like their offense is good, their defense is terrible. Somehow keep giving up a lot of points. At 25, we got the Saints. This team actually won a game, and they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think this is the highest I ever had the Saints in my life. Since doing power rankings back in April. Wow, I can't believe I've been doing that. So yeah, it's probably one of the highest times I had the Saints. So they're pretty high now. They could keep winning or they're gonna keep tanking. But Tyler Shough might be a good name. Maybe I don't know, maybe might be weird, might be a little wild, but maybe the Saints just don't get a quarterback this year and wait till next year when there's a bunch of new quarterbacks out there. I don't know, just a thought, because again, there's only one good quarterback in this draft. Who knows? There was a lot, like, the draft is still very far away. We saw in 20, this year, we knew only Campbell and Shadow Sanders are going to be good. Well, look what happens. We got Jackson Dart and Tyler Shuck. So, we can have that. But, not worry about the draft. The Saints still at number 25. At number 24, we got the Atlanta Falcons. This team is dog shit. Yeah, that's all I have to say. The Falcons are not a very good team. And yeah, they lost again. Basically, they faced the Seahawks. There we go. I was drawing a blank, but yeah, they kept it tight at half, and then they completely got blown out by the Seahawks. I can't believe I drew a blank on the Falcons. I mean, I think that was just how irrelevant the game was. At number 23, we got the Cincinnati Bengals. Those season's over. That was a good one-game stretch with Joe Burrow and them, but when the big three came back with T. Higgins and Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, that ended terribly. But I mean, they played good for the first bit to the fourth quarter, and then somehow Joe Burrow threw 2 interceptions, and one of them was a pick six, and Buffalo came back to win, sadly. So yeah, Bengals, I have to have them at 23, but I mean, they could win, but I think they're just gonna continue falling down. It sucks with Joe Burrow's injury. Imagine if he was still playing, like, I mean, that would be pretty interesting. At number 22, we got the Minnesota Vikings. They got an impressive win against the Washington Commanders. Hopefully, they continue that trend. But I know it's with J.J. McCarthy a lot. He usually, every time he comes back from injury, he plays well. Like, week 1, he played good. Week 2, he played like dog shit, and then gets injured. And then when he came back, when he faced on the Lions, he was very good. And the week after, he was dog shit. And then he got injured, and now he's back. He played well. I'm betting you right now, this week, he's going to play like dog shit. I'm guaranteeing that, and if somehow he plays good, then maybe JJ might be an actual, like, a good quarterback. But for now, I think this is just a one-game wonder. I feel like the Vikings are probably going to go back down to the full, going back in, like, the 25. They're not going to be, like, super good. But let's see, though. At number 21, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay. Can't believe I have the Buccaneers this low, but I have to. They lost to the fucking Saints. If you lose to the fucking Saints, you're gonna go down in my power rankings. There is no way you lost to the goddamn Saints. The Saints are one of the worst teams in football, and the Buccaneers managed to lose to them. Positive is the Buccaneers, they're getting healthy. So meaning that this team can easily get back in the playoff race, considering they're tied with the Panthers. But bad news is that they're tied with the Panthers, and the Panthers are going to probably continue to be a good football team. So hopefully, yeah, Buccaneers are in a tough spot, but if they continue, maybe get healthy and start winning, then they should be okay. At number 20, we got the Baltimore Ravens. They lost 2 games in a row. Lamar Jackson hasn't been looking good. What sucks about the Ravens, though, they could have beaten the Steelers, but the referees were favoring the Steelers a lot, so I have to put the Ravens. But yeah, they still lost, so the Ravens are at 20. They haven't been looking good recently, at all, and that's a kind of a concern because it's not usual if we see the Ravens struggling, but they're struggling. They're at number 20. Hopefully they bounce back, but I mean, they'll playoff chances. They still have a good chance because the AFC North is bad, but they gotta step it up. They gotta step it up soon. At number 19, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. This team's cooked too. They lost to the Texans. Yeah. That's not good at all. And the Chiefs' playoff hopes are basically done at this point. But I still have faith for the Miami Dolphins, and they're the same record. So I'm not too worried about the Chiefs. They'll probably gonna sneak in. But I think from now, the Chiefs are probably done. But let's see. For now, I'm gonna have them at 19. I think this is probably one of my lowest I ever had the Chiefs in my power rankings. So yeah, number 18, we got the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys, they played good on offense. Defense, they were bad. It was just before, it kind of just like, I don't know. It's before the Quentin Williams trade. Like it was that type of Cowboys. Terrible defense, good offense. Kind of like that again against the Detroit Lions. And I mean, I can't blame the Cowboys defense giving up 44 points to a good Lions team, but pretty good offense. So I mean, it's not a big problem. But I mean, if Dallas wants to make the playoffs, their defense gotta like lock in and stop good offensive like the Detroit Lions to score on them. But the offense is still good. But I think next year Dallas will definitely improve on that. And yeah, number 17, we got my Miami Dolphins, baby. The Dolphins, they dominated the New York Jets. They're 6-7. They're going for a playoff spot. And yeah, it just feels good to be a Dolphins fan at this point. We have a good chance of making the playoffs. We're probably going to get in and win the Super Bowl. Do I actually think that? Maybe. Maybe. The Dolphins did dominate, and Tua actually won his first game in the cold. So Tua can win in the cold. I told you. And yeah, the Dolphins do have a difficult schedule going ahead. They got to face on the Steelers, Bucks, and Bengals. But I mean, I could see a win. I can see all those being a win, and then also you got a free win against the Patriots. Because I mean, the Patriots haven't beaten a real team yet. And the Dolphins are a real team. And week 2, well, that was when the Dolphins had Chris Creel. Mind you, 4-0 without Chris Creel. So I'm pretty confident that we're just going to go undefeated for the rest of the stretch and probably go undefeated next year. Am I a delusional Dolphins fan? No, I think this is what's going to happen. Alright, let's move on to number 16. We got the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, you're probably wondering, why they're so low? They're cooked. This team is fucked. Yeah, if you have to bring a 44-year-old to play quarterback who has been retired for 5 years, this team is fucked. They lost Daniel Jones to Achilles injury. On Sunday, he's out for the rest of the year. Anthony Richardson somehow is always injured. I don't know how. And then, Riley Leonard is out for, a knee injury. And then there's Brett Whippen, I think that's the 4th string. And he doesn't look good apparently. And you bring in Philip Rivers. Philip fucking Rivers. So you're telling me that Philip Rivers is gonna start an NFL game in the big 2025 in fucking 2025? You kidding me? So yes, we're gonna see Philip Rivers probably start a football game this year. I did not have that in my book. Did not. But I knew the Colts are going to be batting quarterback. But if you told me that Philip Rivers are going to retire and play for the Colts, I will think you're a dumbass and don't know ball. But I mean, holy shit. Yeah, the Colts are probably going to go 8-9. They're not winning a single game. Unless Philip Rivers is like Joe Flacco and just has that crazy went to the playoffs and then he signs with a team and then he completely sucks and he retires at like 46. He's gonna be the oldest quarterback to ever play football. I just realized that shit. Oh well, but yeah, I don't know why Philip Rivers is also unretiring because I mean he was one more year to the Hall of Fame, But sadly, that doesn't happen. This team is fucked. But let's see how it goes because I mean, like Shane Steichen could be just like Kevin O'Connell because I mean, made Joe Flacco look good. Made Daniel Jones look good. Made Gardner Minshew look good. Not made Anthony Richardson good. That means he's ass. Riley Leonard looked pretty good against the Jaguars. So, I mean, Philip Rivers can do something. But for now, I have no faith in the Colts. At number 15, we got the Buffalo Bills. Again, this team can only beat the easy teams. I know the Bengals wasn't that easy. But, I mean, this was at home. And it was an easy game. And it was fucking snowing. And it was just not fair. Because, I mean, the Bengals are not used to playing in the cold, snowy conditions unlike fucking Buffalo. Bullshit. So the Buffalo Bills get lucky again, and they go up to number 15. They're probably going to miss the playoffs. That playoff spot's going to be to the Miami Dolphins, but Buffalo Bills, they got lucky. They're probably going to lose. Actually, they face on the Patriots. That's gonna be an ultimate hate watch. Overall, the Buffalo Bills, they're not a good team, but I'm going to put them at 15, I guess. At number 14, we got the Carolina Panthers. What? Yes, we have the fucking Panthers, who are at fucking 14. I didn't know that the Panthers were gonna be that good. I think they had a bye week too, and I think they won what, like 16. So I mean the Buccaneers and Colts, or whatever team was above the Panthers, definitely had a bad day last week. No, bad day on Sunday, or bad day on Thursday or Monday. But I don't think Monday. Yeah, no, none of the Monday teams are under the Panthers. But I mean, either way, man, like, holy, that was a voice crack too. Fuck. I mean, this Panthers team is probably good. Could win the division. Who knows? And if you told me that the Panthers would be number 14 in power rankings at this time of the year, I would look at you like you grew a second head. Wow. Alright. At number 13, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles, this team is just like 2023. They're just collapsing again. This time they started off 8-2, and they're gonna start falling down most likely. They lost to the Cowboys, lost to the Bears, and now they lost to the Chargers. Now they do got an easy game against the Raiders they can bounce back from, but they lose to the fucking Raiders. This team's like, their season's done. The Eagles are getting exposed finally. I mean, I love it. Just showing how fraudulent they are, and Jalen Hurts sucks. Just proving my point. 5 turnovers. I mean, just love looking at that. Just proves that Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback, and overall, the Eagles are not a good team. And that Super Bowl was fraudulent, and it should have went to the Chiefs, but the NFL did not want the Chiefs to three-peat. Oh well. But yeah, the Eagles, they're gonna start collapsing, so that sucks. At number 12, we got the Steelers, and honestly, the Steelers look good this week. DK Metcalf finally had a breakout game. Aaron Rodgers had a good game, considering that he had a wrist injury and a broken nose. It looked like against Buffalo. The Steelers bounced back and looking like they're gonna win the games. But the problem is, too, Mike Tomlin is definitely locked into 9-8. But the real thing is, the Steelers are at 12. I know, right? Because I honestly don't think none of these teams should be above the Steelers. But Steelers, they play good. They're probably gonna get to a 9-8 record. And how bad the AFC North is, they're probably gonna win the division somehow. Yeah. At number 11, we got the Houston Texans. The Texans, though, this team's legit. Their defense is top 10, and the reason why I don't have them in the top 10, because I mean, we got a lot of stacked teams in the top 10. But I mean, the Texans, if they continue winning, they can win the division easily, and they can definitely make a playoff push. I mean, CJ Stroud's been playing decent. He hasn't been playing that 2023 film, but I mean, that defense, though, is just so good. Just making offensive look bad. Like the Chiefs, for example. Patrick Mahomes with 3 interceptions. That came off the Houston's defense. So it's proving that the Houston Texans have an amazing top-tier defense. Yeah, it just shows that the Texans, they're a very good team. And yeah, they're gonna probably prevail to a playoff spot. Considering they started 0-3, and I think I had 1 point at the Texans in the low 20s, or high 20s, like 28, 27, around there. At number 10, we got the Detroit Lions. This team is back. I bet you they're probably going to lose to the Rams again, and then we're going to see the Lions go slip all the way down, and I'm going to be yapping how this team is probably not good. Yes, that's probably going to happen, but I gotta give Detroit some credit here. They played a very good game against the Cowboys, especially when playoffs is on the line. The Detroit Lions has to clinch up. They want to make the playoffs again. So yeah, they have to win, and they definitely beat the Cowboys, and they played well. At number 9, we got the Chargers. This team is, I don't want to say fraudulent, but this team is not the greatest. Justin Herbert still has that injury, but I mean, they beat the Eagles. I kind of want the Eagles to win now I think about it, because they could have helped my Dolphins' playoff chances. But either way, Chargers, they bounced to 9 in my power rankings. I can't believe I have them at 9. And yeah, overall, Chargers, they played pretty fine. The offense was a little ugly, but the defense, defense was pretty good, and Amari and Hampton had himself a good comeback game. At number 8, we got the Chicago Bears. This team lost to the Green Bay Packers. I can't give them too much. I can't hate on them too much. They still play good. They're at number 8 because how good the rest of the teams are. It's not me discrediting the Bears. I mean, compared to the Chargers and Bills, the Bills are way ahead against the Chargers, and I mean, soon enough they're going to bounce back. But it shows that the better NFC North team is the Packers, and hey, the Bears are still a good team, but I'm just not gonna, just prevail them to the top 5 after a loss, So I have to have them at 8. Still had a good week. So yeah, and number 7 got the 49ers. They had a bye week. That also affects Chicago because I could move the 49ers down, but I decided not to and keep them at 7. They had a bye week, so they don't change that much. They're definitely they might win more games and continue going up, or they're gonna go down one day. Who knows? But at this current rate, I have the 49ers at number 7. So yeah, at number 6 we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. This team's pretty legit too. Their offense is amazing. The Jaguars are just the complete opposite of the Houston Texans. They have a good offense and okay defense. Kind of like Texans, they had a very good defense, but an offense. It's kind of like the Jaguars. The Jaguars, they're a good team. They're gonna be competitive. They're competitive, and they're gonna win the division. It looks like they might win the division. The Texans might take over. Who knows? At this rate, but the Jaguars did beat the Colts, and again, it's been 11 years since the Colts won in Jacksonville. I know, right? But yeah, Jacksonville, they got another good win. They're pretty much legit, but Trevor Lawrence is still not a good quarterback. But it just proves that Liam Cohen was a very good hire. At number 5, we got the Patriots, and yeah, this team had a bye week. They do face on the Buffalo Bills, so I mean it could change, but yeah, I don't know, man. The Patriots they're a fraudulent team, and they're not very good at all. But I have them at 5 because they're a good team, and everyone's gonna hate on me. Yes. At number 4, we got the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers, they have been playing very well recently since Thanksgiving, and of course, this is when the Green Bay Packers start doing good. And I mean, the Packers defense has been looking good. The offense been looking pretty clean. Overall, the Packers are a good team. They're number 1 in the NFC North. They're looking good. And they're probably going to continue winning games. And just overall, they're a good team. And let's see them improve their record a little bit more. And then at number 3, we got the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks, they're a good team. They dominated the Atlanta Falcons here, and overall, yeah, they've been pretty good. And yeah, they're good. They've been doing pretty good. At number 2, we got Denver Broncos. Not Denver Broncos. The Los Angeles Rams. They dominated the Cardinals. The offense is looking good. Puka Nacua looked very good. Matthew Stafford looked very good. Overall, this team looked very good. And at number 1, we got the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are a very good team. Defensively, offensively is they're kind of like the Houston Texans. Their defense is amazing. Overall, this is my NFL power rankings. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.